All personnel, clear the launch platform.
All personnel, clear launch platform.
Disneyland is your land.
The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Disneyland is your land.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 222. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, this evening, this morning, whenever it is and however it is. We do very much appreciate it. My name is Mark. I'm one of the co-hosts here of the LTP. Sitting to the right of me is the Trail Master of Puppets himself, Udi.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sitting to the left of me via FaceTime is Becky.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, I'm phantasmic.
Fantastic. Love it. Love it.
Like the screen.
I was setting up this morning. I was thinking I've done this no less than 222 times. Mm-hmm. Probably more.
Crazy.
And I'm like, oh, wow, this is crazy that I've done this, or we've done it, really. But it's, wow. Okay, so today we are going to talk to our very good friend, part of the show, actually, part of the LTP family for sure, is Jay. He was at the Disneyland 70th for the opening day. So he's got some food reviews and some thoughts about all that. So look forward to hearing what he has to say about that. If today's your first time listening to the LTP, we want to say thank you very much for giving us a chance. We are a very open and honest podcast. We like to think of us as your favorite Disneyland friends you haven't met yet. If you are someone that listens to us regularly, well, welcome home. Today's show is sponsored by you, the listeners, and you can do that on leavingtodaypodcast.com or follow us on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast, where we make it super simple. We have a Patreon page there. I forget what the tiers are, but you get to be part of the LTP family. You get some swag. You get to be on the show. Yeah. So all of that is super important to us. If you want to get involved, that'll be great. We also have a bi-weekly show on our YouTube channel called the LTP Lounge, where basically Udi and I talk about we go into deeper dives on some topics. And we kind of rely on the community to spur the conversation, and add comments. And it's like an hour or so, and it's fun, and it goes by super, super fast. So if that's something you need more in your life, then that's every other Thursday night at 6:30 Indie time. LTP Lounge goes live, and then once again, it's a long intro here. Again, if you're listening to us, we want to say thank you so much for just supporting independent thought with podcasting, independent creativity, and independent everything that we're doing is on our own. And whether it's us or any other podcast you listen to, just know that those folks are doing it because they love doing it. Yeah.
Right. So the fact that you give us your time and that is something that cannot be replaced in any way, shape, or form. So we highly, highly, highly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to actually listen to us, talk about and give us our opinions. And we enjoy it even more when you give it back. And that is part of the beauty of having this independent thing that a lot of people have, is the ability to have an unfiltered conversation with people.
Right.
And so I've been saying it forever, the independent voice, the podcasts, the people out there that are just wanting and want to communicate with people is incredibly important now. So we love and appreciate the fact that you give us your time, but even more, we love and appreciate when you talk to us and join us in. So like Mark mentioned, the lounge, that is one of our other ways we're trying to actively cultivate an ongoing conversation of up-to-date, in-the-minute conversation. So more voices, more people talking, the better we learn how to communicate and we find each other out there, we're better together.
Yeah.
And the only way we do that is to sit there and talk and find the things that keep us together, as opposed to arguing over the things that separate us.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well said. And so we have the news. Before that, though, we've got a couple opening questions I came up with over the week.
Really?
And I did actually run these by my friend at work the other day because we were talking about it. And he loved the question. So I'm just going to ask you guys the questions.
Fire away.
Fire away. First question is one I want you guys to think about.
Okay.
And then I'll come back. I'll come back and I'll ask the first question. The second question, so something we used to do on the LTP was fill in the blank. We haven't done it for years. So I'm going to just let you ponder this question. Disneyland is better when it's blank. Okay. Disneyland is better when it is blank. Think about that. The first question is, how would your life be different if if you lived within an hour of the park? How would it impact your life, choices you make?
I already know mine, but...
Okay, Becky?
Okay. Well, I probably would be a lot more broke, I think, overall.
I guess that would be like where Stockton is, right? Are you within an hour of Stockton?
Yeah, Stockton's like 20 minutes.
Oh, is it really?
Or so. Yeah.
Oh, geez. I didn't even... Okay. Then,
maybe I shouldn't admit to that. I
Oh,
don't know
well,
if that's
no.
something to be proud of, honestly. But
No.
we're about...
yeah.
How far from...
About an hour.
We were about an hour from Stockton?
45.
Okay.
45, 50, depending on
Okay.
traffic,
Traffic,
and who
yeah.
and who happens to be behind the wheel.
Yes. Okay. Well, Stockton's not a good example. But let's say you live within an hour of Disneyland.
Live within an hour.
Yes.
Well, I would for sure 100% be a pass holder.
Mm.
And it would look a lot different, though, the way that I do the parks, because, of course, now when I go, I'm wanting to stay, pretty much rope drop to close.
Oh, yeah.
And get in everything I can, eat everything I can, do everything I can. I think that if I lived close, how I would use it is, more of just an activity as far as, like, if I'm having a hard day at work or just, like, enjoyment, entertainment, plan to go there after work, walk around for a little bit.
Yep.
Or I could see, on a Friday night, we want to go out to dinner, do something with the kids, maybe go there after work, get food, watch a parade or watch Fantasmic together, kind of go home.
Yep.
I think I would do a lot more of that.
Mhm.
Or just on the weekends, I need to get steps in. Oh, let's go walk around Disneyland for
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and get it in.
Yep.
I would do a lot more of that. I don't
Solid.
know what that would be called. I guess now it's more vacation-y, where that would be more of just an everyday lifestyle.
Yeah. Would it make would it lessen the specialness of the park for you?
I don't know that it would lessen the specialness for me, but I think if I was raising my kids and growing up that way, where that was the standard, I think it would be different for them than how I think of it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that I still, because I've lived far away and could see the value in it, I think it's something that I would appreciate differently than raising somebody from a very young age to do that.
Gotcha. Good answers. Udi?
Well, I would be a lot like that. I would go more often. I would go probably much more on a whim if I could. I mean, depending on if I was blacked out or not, but depending on the pass and whatnot. But
Would you be more likely to have a pass?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it would make sense at that point. To be 45 minute, a 45-minute drive from it, not a problem. I do that in my sleep. So yeah, I mean, I would do that, and I would be there a lot more often. I would be there. I would be there on the weekends a lot more often. I would probably, on a whim, like I'm gonna go tonight, like and go hang out and whatever. Like it would be much more of a thing of it being a more constant in the life. So, and the crazy part is because you asked when you asked Becky if it was going to be like diminish whether
the specialness,
right, And I, there is part of me that says it would, right? Like, how could it not?
Yeah.
But then there is the other part of me that goes, you know what? I think it would just change the special, if that makes sense. It changes what special is. So right now, because we're far away, because we're we have to make very concrete plans and do these things to get there. We hold it at a way of special because it is out of the norm. But when you can incorporate it further in, I think it changes that because then it becomes a special part because it's been part of your life. So things that mean something to you, you may have them around all the time, but it doesn't diminish. It's a different kind of special.
Yeah.
So you're special to me because you're here and I choose to have you near me or have these things near me or do these things. It has that ability to become special to you for that.
Yes.
So I think it would be special, but just with a different definition of what it is.
I like that answer a lot. Yeah.
I know, like Jay has mentioned before, he has days that are food days where he goes to the park, and I think that's a good example of something that you can do that's different, right? Because if we're going and traveling all this, 6+ hours to get there or a plane ride, we're not going to go there and just say, okay, today I'm just eating. Or I'm just going to do the food and wine festival and only eat, and that's it.
Yeah.
Where when you live close, you can kind of do more specialty things like that.
The other part of it, though, it eliminates that need to, and even though I think we have done a pretty good job of when we make our trips to not have that gotta go feeling.
Right.
We find a balance of like we have the day or a few hours or half a day where we're doing that, but we also have those moments where we kind of dial that back and then we go, okay, now I need to slow down and enjoy what is going on. We always have that deadline, that sort of Damocles that's going to fall. We know that.
Yeah.
So that adds our anxiety, if you want to even use that word. I don't know, anxiety to me is too strong of a word, but that little bit more of a pressure and that need to maybe do more things, and it would completely eliminate that because it could literally be like, yeah, I'm gonna go eat food today. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I want to go hang out in Galaxy's Edge, and I just want to go do that today. Okay, cool. It eliminates that extra layer of like pressure to get more things done. Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What about you, Mark?
Yeah, it would change things dramatically for me. I would use it. I mean, thing is, I caution myself about going to the well too many times for things, and I go, is it going to lose its luster or its specialness for me? And what?
Can I just make the comment? The mere fact that you worry about that, to me, would indicate that it won't.
Okay, well, that's good to know because I do worry about that. But I feel there's many times where, like I said, I've mentioned our group and our text thread. Oh, tonight would be like a really good night to be at the park. And it's usually at dusk when the wind picks up somewhere. And I'm thinking, oh, man, I would love just to do a lap around the park, either on the train or just go down Main Street and look at the lights and get ice cream and hang out. So I would use the park. I would probably want to go probably once every other week, or would imagine just for like a few hours, and focus on a certain section of the park, just because I feel like I wanted to see it, or if something new came out, I want to see it with my own eyes. So I would utilize the park a lot more if I was within an hour of it. And hopefully I could probably encourage people around me to do the same thing, because like I said, I like to go with people, but I wouldn't mind going by myself if that was the case, just to check things out. But I would use it because I found it very, very calming, in some areas. It doesn't matter to me how crowded it gets at that park, because I always know where I can go for a little, respite, is the term. And that would I think that would be, good for the soul to do that once in a while for me.
Yep.
I do know for certainty that our show would be a whole lot different if we were an hour from the park. We'd have different segments covering stuff. Something I've often thought about would be like, oh, if we were close to the park, how cool would it be like, every other Sunday or something, Udi and I could meet people.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to be 2 o'clock on Sunday at the hub. Let's hang out for a couple hours, grab some lunch or do some attractions or both. Or maybe and that I would 100% put that out there and we would do that. Becky could come too.
Thank you.
And
I
Becky,
would for sure go get ice cream with you.
and you and I could wear matching shirts.
Yes.
Nope.
No, I'm just joking about that. Well, maybe I'm not. No. Anyways, that is something I would 100% do for the LTP. It's like, hey, we're gonna meet here, and we're gonna ride Rise of the Resistance, and
Yep.
yeah, it would probably have different segments. I can imagine, like, what is Udi's soapbox going to be this week about something? There's got to be something he's got to.
Find it.
Oh yeah, it's got to be something Udi's pissed off about. Okay.
The other one now.
The other one. Disneyland is better, or Disneyland is best. Disneyland is best when it is blank. When it is blank.
I've got the easy one, but I don't know how to word it.
Oh, Udi.
At night, but that doesn't fit into the sentence.
When it is dark.
There we go.
Disneyland is better when it is dark.
Yeah, but dark can
But
be
that could sound,
correct.
like nothing going on.
When at night.
Okay, you can phrase it a little bit different. Disneyland is best when it's at night.
At nighttime.
Oh, okay. That is your answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for everything that we love about the park, when we talk about it all the time, when it goes to night, like the whole everything changes.
Yep.
In a good way. And there are very few. I mean, there are very few places I can think of right off the top of my head that have that kind of significant thing where like this completely changes everything.
Yeah.
And you think, well, okay, so it goes dark and you turn lights on, and I go, well, that can make a big difference. I often I would when I'm working and would go into buildings before the sun rises,
Yeah.
and we're walking them with nothing but headlamps or a handheld lamp. Walking through a wood frame building and hearing it creak with nothing else around, it gets a little spooky.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Sun comes up and everything's fine. So, but that's funny though, because when I look at Disneyland, it goes to night. I don't get more afraid. I feel more at home.
Yeah.
Like I feel more homey. Yeah.
Very interesting to bring up and very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a period from like 9:45 to midnight that just kicks ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like after the last fireworks or whatever, and then most of the people leave. We're like, yeah.
Yep.
I also think that most places, like if I'm at home, it's very rare that I want to be up at that time.
Oh,
I
for
want
sure.
to go to bed. I'm tired, but there you get like an energy burst and new life
Yep.
in you.
Absolutely. So Disneyland is best when it is at night. Okay. You want to go back? Or do you want me to go?
You go first.
Okay. My answer for this was, and I've had more time thinking about it, so that's it's not really fair. But Disneyland is best when it's shared.
Aww.
And what I mean by that is, well, clearly I don't like going by myself. But although I don't want to be contrarian here, I when I said, I'd go by myself if I lived like an hour, I probably would just go quick. But I prefer to go with people because I mean I'm happy with my tribe that I go with. Oh, that's right, Baked Potato Tribe. That's our street gang name.
Yep.
Sorry, we had to come up with this Disneyland street gang name.
And now baked potato.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll talk about that later.
And then we'll have a guy on the back going, potato, potato, potato.
Yeah, it did. That came from the LTP Lounge last week. So with these walking around patches, baked potato tribe with these leather jackets, that'd be awesome.
Yep. And that's the call sign: potato, potato, potato. Yeah.
So yeah, like when I'm with, I love going, of course, with my tribe. But who's ever not there that day, I'm always thinking like, it'd be so cool if this person was there. Like if Wendy doesn't go with us, I'm thinking, Wendy would like this drink, or Wendy would like this restaurant, or she would probably enjoy this. Yeah. And so in fact, I'll text her, hey, you would like this, and she goes, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So I miss her when she's not there. But I especially Udi, because he hasn't been with me for a couple years.
Yeah. Wait.
5 years?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Not together. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I do think about Udi there, because I go, oh, Udi would lose his mind. He would lose his ish right here, or he would think this is great.
Mm-hmm.
Or Udi would probably want to get this shirt.
Mm-hmm. Rare, but it happens.
Oh, you say that, but believe me, I've shopping with you before. Oh, let's go here, let's go here, let's go here.
Yeah.
Okay, and so there's that, and it's just these shared experiences where I'm thinking, oh, this person would like that.
Yeah.
So I'm always thinking about other people that I would want to share things with. But often, yeah, so that's how it is for me. I can't really imagine going by myself too often because I want to go, hey, oh, there's no one here.
Yeah.
You know.
And the funny part for me is like I have done hours by myself.
Yes.
And it almost feels like, I don't know, it's weird because it isn't bad, but like a full day, I may be with you on that. Like a full day not having people around might be a little,
Well, you've done that.
Yeah, but it isn't the same.
Yeah.
Well, there are so many things. Like you said, maybe you try a food and like my personal experience, there will be times where I try something like, oh, my sister would love this. I wish she was here.
Oh,
or,
yeah. Yep.
Remember when Dad did this? And then, we're group texting the family while we're there. Or like you said, if you ride somebody's favorite attraction, you're like, oh, man, I wish they were here so I could see their face
Yes.
on this.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And I've been doing things that last few times I've gone with like the girls, I act like, okay, if they weren't here and I was going to pick up like a Loungefly bag, which one would I get? And so I find 2 or 3 and then I go, are these the ones you like? Dad, no. These are not it at all. I'm like, oh my gosh. If I spent $80 on this before my AP discount, I would say, man, I'd feel like a complete idiot. And I'm like, okay, so I clearly don't know you guys at all. She goes, well, no, why would I want that? I go, because it's got the Disneyland logo, teacups are there, and no. I don't get it. I don't get it whatsoever. I cannot even begin to even guess as to what the Loungefly bag they would want. So I'm not going to do that. Okay.
Well, Mark, if you need to pick up one for someone, I'm not that picky.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No.
Do you have you must have one or two, right?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
I have a Mickey Mouse one that I really like, actually.
Okay.
It's like my mom got it for me. It's like the backpack with it looks like Mickey Mouse, like with the red. The black.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
While we're on that thread, I know you haven't given your answer yet, but because you weren't here for the conversation, but what was your thought about Lululemon coming into downtown Disney in the ESPN zone?
So I think that it will be popular. I could see it being in there. I would like to see specialty Disney items kind of rotated through.
That
would make me happy.
Sure.
I also think that from the perspective of walking around a park, from a woman's perspective, the leggings are super comfortable.
Okay.
So I could see being there and on a whim just spending extra money and buying some because you think, oh man, this would be really comfortable to wear. These look cute. They match what I have.
Okay. So Lululemon pants, like at the store right now, what are they, about 130, 150 bucks?
Yeah, it depends. Some are like 90.
Okay.
I think.
But the average one is about mid 100.
Yeah, like 110.
Okay, so if that is the given price on those, do you think they're going to be more expensive there? And they're just going to have some with like the Minnie Mouse on them or the castle or something. I don't know what they were going to do.
I think that if they had Disney logos on them or any sort of Disney property, yes, I think they'll be more expensive.
Okay.
Yeah,
From my experience of seeing certain, like I can think of a certain children's clothing that it's already expensive and more higher end, you could say. And then they started collaborating with Disney, and their Disney stuff is probably a good $15 more.
Okay. So the final question about this: How likely this is me giving me my Disneyland survey? How likely are you to buy said Lululemon or Disney inspired Lululemon pants at downtown Disney? Likely, unlikely, somewhat likely. No, I'm joking.
Well, I will say this. So while I do like them a lot, and I do have some, I also really like the Spanx brand leggings a lot.
Okay.
They are expensive, but like so good for working out. However, I do buy these things when they're on sale, which Lululemon doesn't have a lot of sales, but they have a section online where we made too much. And
okay.
those are like, you could buy a pair for like $60,
Okay.
so half off. So I tend to buy them like that, or if I get a gift card. Like my mom sometimes will buy me a gift card for my birthday. Like, here, treat yourself to something. So realistically, I probably wouldn't go there and actually do that much shopping, just because I'm a little more mindful of that, or like I don't have the budget for extra shopping like that at my stage right now.
Sure.
So they would have to be really, really cute.
Okay.
I guess for me to, it would have to be something special.
Gotcha. Understood. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're going to be very, very popular there. So that's.
I know people are really into. I've seen some cute ones like Disney bags. Lululemon makes a bag that's kind of like a fanny pack that you wear it over your shoulder.
Oh, the crossbody bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure those are going to be selling out all the time, especially if it's got like a Mickey ears on them or something like that.
Yeah, I would maybe be more likely to buy something like that while I'm there.
Oh, okay. Good. Nice.
Which I think they're fairly comparable price-wise with a Loungefly.
Oh, about $80 for that? Does Dixon make a crossbody bag?
No.
Because
I
if
didn't
they're...
think they make duffel and backpacks, but that's why I had to take a moment.
Do you have any of those yet?
What?
Any of their backpacks?
No.
But you gonna get it?
Maybe.
Well, I don't want to joke about this, but with my proximity to Stockton, it's good to have a crossbody here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Versus just carrying a purse. Especially when I'm taking the kids places, it's so easy to just set your purse in your shopping cart. And we have had, even at Trader Joe's, somebody stole my neighbor's purse right out of her shopping cart.
You should totally work for the Stockton Chamber of Commerce. I mean, it'd be great.
Yeah.
The Board of Tourism for Stockton. Awesome.
Everybody, come visit. Please
Yes.
wear a crossbody, though.
Yeah, for sure. All right, your answer. Disneyland is best when it is blank.
So I feel like I can't come in after yours, but
Sure you can.
Yeah, but it's not as good.
It doesn't
But
have...
my thought is when it's in its natural state.
Ooh.
Like, everybody loves it at Christmas, and I do too. It's great. Or
Mhm.
Halloween is
Yeah.
really wonderful and special. But I just think when you walk in and it is just the everyday Disney music playing, when I see just a flower display as I walk in that is just Mickey Mouse, just something very basic,
Yeah.
I think that it is so special on its own.
Okay.
And I love it like that. Like, where there's not decorations or, there's not hearts up anywhere.
Yeah.
There's not a Christmas tree to take your attention. Just everyday Disneyland.
That's a solid answer. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
In its natural state. That is, yep. Yeah. It makes me appreciate the park a little bit more when it's not doing anything special.
I agree.
But maybe just it being in natural is special. I mean, I don't know. Any day they're special, I think.
It is. Well, and you can find, obviously I'm not going to go there at Christmas and think, oh man, I just heard Christmas carols. This sucks.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
I would rather walk down Main Street and hear the everyday music.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Or, their regular loop soundtrack than necessarily hearing, whatever, Holly Jolly Christmas.
Yeah. Shoot, that is a good answer in its natural state. Yeah. Not too many days that are like that.
No.
Yeah, it's now that I think about that. I mean, typically the summer is the best time for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and right now we'll have 70th, of course. But you're right, because, okay, now Halloween starts in August.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
early August, we're full-blown Halloween. That takes us up to November. Then November, or, the first weekend of November.
Yep.
They start transitioning to Christmas during that time. That takes you to early January. So I guess you have maybe early January. They do some Valentine's Day stuff though. So
Well, I was there for my birthday in January. It was pretty much in its natural state then. The only thing they still had It's a Small World Christmas was still going on.
oh, okay.
That's the only reason why I went on it, because I hadn't seen it for a long time, and it was all Christmas carols still in January 12th. I'm like, interesting. But yeah,
If I did have an extended budget though, I would say it would be neat one year to just do every holiday there.
well, if you lived within an hour, you would
Yeah, of course, if I lived within an hour.
for sure.
Like, I would love to see how they celebrate every single holiday, but generally,
Mm.
I just love it on its own.
Yeah, shoot, if we lived within an hour, Becky would be our merchandise reporter or something.
I agree.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's new in the parks this week, Becky? Well, Lululemon has great pants for $195.
You know, and I actually think I would be great at that.
Yes,
If
you would be
it's
great.
Disney-related.
You would be
When
great at
it's
it.
Other fashion advice, nobody come to me because I'll have nothing to share with you. Even at the gym one day, somebody asked me, "Are you going to Disneyland or did you just get back?" And it was literally my everyday clothes.
I live in
It's my everyday
Fantasyland.
clothes. Yeah. So that's my
That
fashion.
is hilarious.
That's
oh my
awesome.
god.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was a good round of opening questions. So let's get to the news so we can get on with Mr. Jay Bratton.
Yep.
All right, let's
Okay.
go to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
Okay, first news item for this episode 222, and we did talk about this on the LTP Lounge on Thursday. If you missed it, hey, it's your loss. No, you didn't. You can watch it on our YouTube channel, Leaving Today podcast. They will be there forever. So that's episode 17 of the LTP Lounge, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyways, first news item here is Anaheim. They were voting on Thursday night. They are deciding on how to use $15 million from Disneyland Forward for affordable housing. The Anaheim City Council will decide this week on how to use the first $15 million from Disney that was given to them for affordable housing as part of the Disneyland Forward project. According to the Orange County Register, I said that wrong or weird because I was going to say OC Register, but it's the Orange County Register. The council will discuss the plan at a meeting on Thursday. The plan currently before the council is to provide money to help build affordable units, provide loan assistance to home buyers in the city, and provide funding for low-income families at risk of eviction. Disneyland Forward is an expansion plan for Disneyland Resort approved by Anaheim last spring. As part of the plan, Disney committed $30 million to go towards affordable housing. They will provide the first $15 million this year and the second $15 million within 5 years. The addition of the money from Disney will receive $1 million from a federal grant. And anyway, so what this is about is they're trying to build, they want to have at least $9.5 million of the first $16 million. That's for 15 plus the one from the federal to start going towards affordable units, a creation of approximately 250 to 300 units for low-income housing. And then also mortgage assistance for first-time, I don't know if it's first-time buyers or maybe people that are struggling to come down with a down payment. And that's a real struggle anyways. Jeez. Yeah. Anyway, so this is really, I don't want to go into the minutiae of all this stuff, but they are deciding what to do with this. And I think it's great. This is Disney. Of course, we see this as Disney greasing the wheels, greasing the palm of city council, but I don't think I don't find it to be bad. I think it's great that they're doing this. Disney definitely can afford it. And I wonder how that's going to work out for cast members. Maybe they will have a place that's close, affordable. What I don't understand when they say affordable housing, is this renting versus buying? Or maybe it's both?
Affordable housing would be, and the way they said 250 to 300 units.
Apartments.
Apartment.
But to rent.
Yeah.
I assume not to buy.
No.
Okay. It'd be nice if
Typically not.
I wish people would be able to buy versus rent. But that's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
And besides, who cares what the LTP has to say about that? But what do you guys think about that? Off the rip, what do you guys think?
I think that it adds value to the city. So I see them doing this. It's a way to give back. It also, you are, essentially giving money or helping to have more affordable places for people to live. I think that could also bring people who maybe want to work for the parks.
Yeah.
And can't afford the area. It's a place for them to live where they can afford, maybe. I don't know if I'm even way off base with that.
No.
But I think in general, just having maybe like less rundown communities would add value to the city itself.
Yeah. Well, the other part of it is going to be tax revenue for them. And it does. It helps the city expand, modernize. The other part of it in the article, it does bring up that they're going to also do a lot of refurbing to the sewage system. Hold on, let me.
Is that in there?
Yeah.
Must have missed that, or I got bored of reading it. While he's looking at that, what I don't understand is, so in order to have something labeled affordable housing, what does that mean? And like, for example, let's say we're going to have Udi's going to create his own complex, the Udi Gardens, okay? At the Udi Gardens, he's which would obviously be the name of Udi's complex. Udi's Garden, he's got 3 different models, right? One's like I've got the 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I've got the 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and I got the 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Well, he goes, the only one that's going to really be affordable is going to be the 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and then the other 2 units are going to be crazy priced. Is there a loophole they have to?
No. Okay. Any time you're going to do that. I talked about it a little bit on the lounge. Depends on the grant money, and it depends on what the proposal is, because you could have a limited. So I brought up the example that I ran. I built out a 5-building complex up in Clear Lake.
Oh yeah.
Which was entirely for the entirety of it all was for low-income housing, rent control type of thing. That was a 10-year contract. End of 10 years was when that could be converted or changed. So I don't know what any of that is without knowing. I mean, I without knowing what the plan is. So when you hear affordable housing, it could be for a limited amount of time. I'm not saying that's always the way it is.
Yeah.
It depends on city agreement, builder agreement, the whole thing. So it won't be a thing where you're going to have like, well, that apartment there is, that amount of money, and then that apartment, even though it's a bigger one or whatever, it's not so complex, if you want to put it that way.
Okay.
It is much more the thing of like, these apartments are going to be this.
Okay, gotcha.
That plan will, like anything else, that plan will range from here to here depending on what you make. You have to apply, and then what you're going to claim, all that thing, and everything is going to climb from there. So yeah, 100% they're going to have 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and 1-bedroom in these. And I'm going to tell you, the bulk of them are probably going to be 2-bedroom apartments.
Okay.
Yep. In all likelihood.
Okay.
And that's what I was thinking. Like, I think that either the whole complex could be affordable housing, or they could have sections of it. But I think that it is, you can't make a certain income, or you have to make under a certain income.
Oh, okay.
And I think that they have rules, or the apartment complex owners, property management will have rules as far as what they could do increases to, or not be able to increase. And then also, I think that there could be parts where, like, government steps in, or like Section 8, and pays a certain amount of the rent. Again,
there are credits that people can get. You can apply. So it is not such a cut and dry thing. Counties vary. Again, without knowing county, what percent is federal, what is state, what all these things, what will Disney's forking up the money, but yeah, getting honestly the million from a federal grant is a drop in the bucket. It is nothing.
Sure.
So I mean, crazy to say $1 million, but in construction, it's nothing.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just your salary alone, Udi.
I wish. So yeah, I found that spot. Disney also promised $10 million for sewer improvement along Catella.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And then $8 million for Anaheim City Parks within the first year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So overall, this is the way politics run. Well, I want X. Well, I want Y. Well, okay, what do we need to do to make that happen? And then what do I need here to make that happen? That's all that this is. So Anaheim, 100%, the city of Anaheim said, look, you want to do this. We know who you are. We know how you guys operate. We know what you want to do.
Yep.
So we want that.
Sure.
And Disney's going to be like, well, man, clearly they went like, okay,
It's politicking 101.
It is 100%. So at the end of the day, though, the way I look at it, it is a positive for the people in the area. And at the end of the day, that's what it should be. At the city of Anaheim should be 100% concerned about their constituency and the people who live in that city. Okay.
Yep.
Disney's a tenant in that city as well. They're a resident of the city as well. But the people who work the hotels, the convenience stores, all the little shops, all those things, a lot of them probably have to commute a bit because they probably, who knows, can't afford to live in that area because of everything Disney's built up. So I'm glad they're doing it. I'm not surprised in the least bit that this is what the city said. Like, you're going to do X, Y, Z, and then we'll let you do that.
Yep.
Yeah. So good thing.
Yeah.
And now it makes me want to know who the builder is.
Okay.
So,
Well, one quick question, and it's important. At Udi Gardens, will you have a pool?
no. They're a maintenance nightmare.
How about a gym?
Yeah. No, those you're going to have to do.
What about covered parking at Udi Garden?
Yeah, but they will all be high end only. No, yeah,
Okay.
covered parking. Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. All right. That's super important. I needed to know that.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, next news item is new Disneyland Esplanade music loop. Disneyland is officially celebrating its 70th anniversary with new and returning entertainment, offering special attractions, blah, blah, blah. But there have actually been a total of 2 music loops that have debuted in the Esplanade since the beginning of the anniversary. That was May 16th. And they feature classic Disney songs played in the style of a music box. This list included When You Wish Upon a Star, Under the Sea, and Once Upon a Dream, and more. However, this loop was not widely adored by guests. In fact, we hated it, so they canceled it. This loop was also considered on the shorter side and ran for approximately half an hour. Oh, just a few weeks following the debut of the new music box loop, it has already been replaced by a new main music loop during the day. The controversial music box loop still plays at the end of the night. Anyways, the new music loop includes a lot of songs.
I'm looking through it right now.
Do we want to go through the songs?
No, but I'm looking for one that I know it isn't on there. But
Zippity Doodah's not on there.
No.
Is that what you're looking for? That to me is a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate Happy by Jonas Brothers. Sure. Great.
Actually, I like the Jonas Brothers.
Okay.
Sorry.
We need to
I've seen them in concert.
We need to renegotiate. I took Ariel to see them.
You did?
Yeah, Demi Lovato opened.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like Camp Rock
I don't know what the hell's going on.
days.
Yeah. Celebrate Happy, Better Together, Yo-Ho, A Past Life for Me. Yes, the classic. Welcome to the Jungle. Oh, no. Sorry. Welcome to Radiator Springs. All Aboard the Mine Train. Yep, I like that. Party World, you have to have that. Matterhorn Yodelers, need that. Rainbow Connection, you need that. But Boys to Men, I don't like them at all. I don't like the crooning. Okay, I'm not going to go about the Boys to Men. In fact, Gwen Stefani has a much better version of that song.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah, hers is really good. But still, Kermit the Frog's version is better than Boys to Men. Indiana Jones theme, you need that. Don't Fight the Rhythm, I don't know what that is. Oh, Hi Diddly Dee, we need that for sure. An Actor's Life for Me, you absolutely need that. That's from Pinocchio. If I Didn't Have You, I don't know what that song is. Oh, from Monsters.
It's from Monsters, Inc.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I know that song. The Bear Band Serenade from Country Road Jamboree. You need that. Step into
I'm
the
so glad they have that.
Yes. Step into the Magic. Ooh, unreleased demo version. Oh, great. Let's see. Any other songs? Oh, Avengers theme.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I'm looking through this field trip. I don't know what that is. Miracles and Molecules. You need that for sure. From Star Tours. Great. Let's see. Anything jumping out here? Hi ho. Magic Happens. Mad Tea Party. Oh, you need that song for sure. There's Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. You need that 100%. When You Wish Upon a Star is a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Eye to Eye. I don't know what that is. Watercolor.
It's from Goofy movie.
Okay.
Seeing it eye to eye.
I don't know that song whatsoever. Okay, but I'm gonna save that loop. I'm gonna save that loop from now on. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Space Mountain. Oh yeah, yep. You need that. A Small World Clock Parade. You need that. Special Spice.
No, I don't feel like we need that.
No,
but-
that's no good. That's not good. You can fly. You can fly. You need that for sure. 100%.
Yes,
Fantastic Active Music. Sure.
it's classic.
Okay. Loading the Train, Casey Jr. Yep. Need that. Grim and Green Ghost. Yes, for sure. He and the rest said I was going to name all the songs. Once Upon a Dream from Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, of course. Winnie the Pooh. You need that. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Symphonic Suite. I don't even know what that is, but yeah, you need that. You've
Good
got
Good one.
You've Got a Friend in Me is a classic. Welcome to Tomorrowland. Yeah, I know exactly what that sound is. Great Rainbow. I don't know what that is. Soaring Over California, and I think I missed like 4 or 5.
Oh, you missed more than that, but that's fine.
Okay, missed about 10.
I do agree. They should have had Zippity Doo Dah.
Well, you know they
they're
took
going through like the history.
Wow.
That's still part of the history.
They took it out. They took it out in 2020.
I know.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Ridiculous.
Dumb.
We won't go there, but I do think. You know what? Did they have Small World?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You get like the clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wonder if this is a loop or is it random? They'll play these. I wonder how they have that set up.
Probably random. Maybe more fun random.
Yeah. I love Despinade music.
For the most part, it's pretty good.
But dang it. I mean, Zippity Doo Dah is one of those songs. You just go, oh my gosh, I'm here.
Yeah.
I am here. All right. Next news item.
You know what else? I'm surprised we didn't see anything from Mary Poppins.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised about that too. There are some.
I feel like that should be something on there.
There are quite a few tracks in there that you could play. I mean, of course, you could have done "Feed the Birds" or
Supercalifragilistic.
Yes.
yeah, "Chim Chimmery," whatever the other song is. You're right.
A few of them.
Quite a few.
Got a few bangers on that soundtrack.
A few bangers. Yeah.
We need to be in the park today, though.
Oh, whoa. LTP Nation, did you hear something from Udi? We have not uttered those words in 5 years.
Yeah, no, because there's like no wait times anywhere.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
I thought you were going to say like Jack Black's there or something.
No, I don't like
Jack Black.
Oh, okay. I saw people posting he was there last week. That's what I thought of it.
He's kind of a buffoon.
like Jungle Cruise, 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
It's closed.
Is it Jungle Cruise closed?
TBA is closed.
No, but
temporary.
nothing has a wait.
Mm-hmm.
Star Tours is 15 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Rise is showing 50, which means 30.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Space says 50.
15 minutes for Millennium Falcon.
1-5 or 5-0?
15.
Even 5 for
Look at Thunder.
just to the monorail.
30 minutes
5
for Thunder.
That's nothing.
for Nemo.
Good Lord. Hold on. I'm going to hop over to the other one. Oh, you're going to...
LTP Nation, this has not been uttered in 5 years. Udi wants to go to the park.
No, I've been saying it forever.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Where are you?
Okay, well, this makes for great podcasting. Wonderful podcasting right here.
I know, sorry.
10
minutes to get on the railroad.
Guys,
from
people want
Toontown.
they want to talk to Jay. They want to hear Jay.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. We'll get to Jay. Sorry.
Okay, but we got to
Sorry,
go
Jay.
2 more stories here, I
Okay.
think. Disneyland turns It's a Small World into a fun treasure hunt with new Coco characters. Starting last week, Miguel and his bird-like dog, Dante, are in the Latin America scene of the ride. WI added Miguel and Dante dolls to the Disneyland Dark Ride when the attraction reopened on Tuesday, May 13th, as part of the 70th anniversary celebration. Imagineering has done a subtle, tasteful, and masterful job of slipping the guitar playing Miguel and his rainbow-colored spirit guide, I don't know what that word is, into the Mexico section of the attraction. Okay, great. So they've added 2 more in there. Is that good or bad, Udi? You like that?
This is the news I was curious of
No,
his
honestly,
thoughts.
What is the word?
Albrije.
What does that mean?
I don't even know.
That's great. But you can say it well. I don't know what it means.
Okay. No, I love that.
Yeah?
Yeah, very good, but I still won't go on it. But it's cool.
Okay.
It won't ever. I mean, there are only 2 reasons why I will ever go on that.
Your mom wants to go on it.
Correct. That is one of them.
And Derek wants to
other
go
than
on
that,
it.
no. You can kick rocks.
Oh, okay.
No. So, but that is awesome. I'm really glad they did that.
Yeah.
I'm really glad. I have no problem with them beginning to incorporate little things depending on how they fit into the attraction.
Yeah.
Characters and whatnot. It's great.
Yeah.
I like it too. I don't know if this is dumb or like just idiotic to say, but I guess from a parenting perspective too, I like the fact that they show different characters in different sections.
Yeah.
So like it leads way for conversation of like being able to. I feel as though it's an easy way for a child to start to understand, like, oh, that's where this person's from.
Yeah.
And I like that aspect.
Yep. Absolutely.
Or like they can kind of start to put it together.
Yeah. Well, today would be a good day to be on that ride, actually. You know.
It would.
Yeah. Because it's cold. It's hot outside. Oh, okay. Last news item. Disneyland celebrated its birthday, but bigger gifts are coming later. So this is from the OC Register as well. And I want to read the whole thing, unless you want me to read it. You want to read the whole thing back here now?
Oh, no, you could just summarize it.
Yeah, so we know Disneyland is celebrating its 70th anniversary this year, or birthday. And that's great. But the article suggests that really the bigger gifts will come after all this, and that is going to be Avatar and Coco. But nothing has been announced as to when they're going to open or when they're really. I mean, or even start really for that matter. So, yeah. In the meantime, Disney is offering new and returning entertainment as its birthday presents for its fans. The 70th anniversary was never going to be a major anniversary milestone for Disneyland, with its 75th looming in 5 years. But the loss of the 65th due to the pandemic lockdown gives this birthday an extra emotional kick. And that actually is a good point, is we did not get one in 65, but we got one for 70. But anyways, the author suggests that he thinks a better celebration of the park's history is the new Tapestry of Happiness projection show, which plays twice a night on the facade of It's a Small World. We'll just talk about that in Fantasyland. It's a 5-minute tribute to the music of Disneyland, portrayed with delightful original animation. And I've heard some good things about that. I haven't seen it yet, even on a POV or whatever, but I think that's awesome. I would probably go check that out for a little bit. But really, they say like the bigger gifts are going to come after this party, and that's Coco and Avatar.
You think?
I think so. Yeah. I heard Philander talk about Coco slightly on a different YouTube channel. How he said that's what he's really looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
So clearly he knows something more about that.
Well, maybe.
No, I think he definitely knows more about it than he's allowed to say.
He would say.
Yeah. So I'm excited for. I would have been excited for Coco anyways. But yeah. Anyways, that's really what we had to talk about today. What was the news item you thought Udi would get excited about, Becky?
Oh, well, I just was curious for his thoughts on Coco being in It's a Small World.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And just because I know he's a fan.
Yeah.
And I know he doesn't care for Small World that much.
No.
But it's curious his perspective.
Yeah, no. And I'll say it again, I'm super happy.
What they said, they're going to call it It's a Small Coco World. Would you like that?
No. No, you can't do that.
No?
No, you can't.
Okay. Well,
The small Cocoa World.
That'd be an awesome attraction.
No.
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 Oh my gosh. Well, we learned today that Udi wants to go back to the park today.
Oh, I just said I pulled a you and said it'd be good. It'd be a good day to be in the park.
Yes, she did pull me.
I do think it's a good point how they mentioned that 70 was never planned to be a big milestone, but yet the energy is there because you're right. I had been thinking about the pandemic canceling the 65th.
Yes, they definitely did.
You know, I just wasn't thinking back about that, and that is a really great point. Because yes, I know we've talked about it before. We anticipated that 75 would be much bigger.
Yeah.
But I think the energy is strong with what they're doing. I've been very happy with what I'm seeing. Like merchandise has been great.
Yep.
The like espionage, what they have going. I think the music is great overall. There's a lot of really positive things.
For sure. I can't get my mind around how popular this park has become. Even in the 10 years we've been doing our show, I knew it was popular a little bit when we started the show, but to me, it's full tilt madness. You know, I mean, I hear. I mean, maybe because I immerse myself with a lot of it, but I see it all over the place. I see a lot of people wearing Disneyland merchandise, shirts, like I'm wearing one right now. But a lot of Instagram. I mean, gosh, it's just all over the place to me. I don't know. That's good or bad. It's great for them, I suppose.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It is great though to see or to have it be that strong when the presence of film hasn't been that strong.
Well,
you know, in the past several years.
Yeah.
But then to still have the parks going strong,
Mm-hmm.
which I've always seen them as different anyway.
They
but
are.
I'm sure that there is a level of fan who maybe goes because of a certain IP that they see.
Yeah.
So I think that that's interesting.
Well, the cycle is supposed to work like that. And the argument has been that it's been broken because of the, like you mentioned, the movies not being where they need to be.
Right.
But the park, we've always maintained that. And there is no way. Disney is a theme park company. Everything comes from that. So yeah, that has always been the argument that when we get frustrated is like, look, this is the heart, this is the lifeblood of what you got going on.
It'd just be animation.
Yeah, well, no, but I mean, at the inception,
Yeah.
sure, but not anymore.
No.
Okay, and that is where we're at. So yeah, they have to maintain the park. So I'm glad, along with, and I've been saying it, yeah, they're coming in strong on a lot of things with the 70th, and good. They need to maintain that.
Yep.
To me, the problem has been the inconsistency with what they've been doing. So if they can maintain this strength, like what they're kind of showing with the merch and the different things, if this is an indicator that they've now focused back in on that'd be great.
Yeah.
We shall see. Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
And I do want to also say, I know I texted you guys, but I went and saw Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I took my 3-year-old. It was her first movie theater experience like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. Like, very, very good. And I'm not the biggest fan of the animated. Like, it has a great story that I could appreciate, but it's not one of my go-tos.
Yeah.
I thought that it was so well done. It took me back to a different time in history with Disney films in general. Like, they did such a good job with it.
Well, good.
It had a lot of like changes that really progressed the story, and I was really happy to see that.
Oh, good. That's a win for them then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, it definitely
I've been hearing
was.
good things.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good discussion, and that's all the news. So let's get to our feature presentation with Jay.
Are you listening to this episode and planning your next Disneyland getaway?
Of course you are. You're a member of the LTP. Well, don't worry about your stay. We've got you covered. Check out our good friends at the Eden Rock Hotel. You can visit their website at EdenRockAnaheim.com and enter the code EdenMagic for 30% off your stay. That's EdenMagic. Now go back to planning the stuff that really matters. And yes, a churro is acceptable for breakfast.
All right, LTP, we are at our feature presentation. This man needs no introduction because he's actually part of the LTP family, of course, Disney podcast legend, and actually just a really good guy all around. This is our great friend, Jay Bratton. Hey, Jay, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, how we doing?
Hi,
It's
Jay.
it's going actually better today since we're talking to you.
Yeah.
And dude, I really meant that. I wish you were closer because I would love to hang out on a football Sunday or something. And
Yeah.
I would be nervous to have food, like to serve food for Jay. But maybe we could come to some happy medium.
No, just bring pizza. We're good.
No, I don't think Jay's eating pizza. Are you eating
I
pizza?
love pizza, but I mean, good pizza.
Oh, see, there we go. There we go. Okay, yeah. He would have to definitely educate me, or maybe
Oh,
you could do
boy.
some cooking or something, Udi.
I could cook.
He could do a class for us. Maybe that'd be helpful, like a cooking class.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
I don't know.
All right.
Okay, well, Jay's here to talk about not pizza, surprisingly, or football, but we're talking about Jay and his wife got to experience opening day of Disneyland's 70th anniversary, which was May 16th. So he's got some pro tips on that, and he's going to talk about some food and some of the best ways he got to experience that. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
So, first off, you want a pro tip: if you're gonna go to these events, make sure you go really early. We got there at 8 o'clock, thinking, oh well, we'll be there, and we'll get there in a timely fashion, and hang out or whatever before like we figured that the crowds would already be inside the parks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I mean, you could see people were even in downtown Disney. They're they're waiting out there, waiting to get merchandise and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
And
yeah. Okay.
One of the things my wife and I always do is get a locker,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay, yeah.
literally, dude, I mean, like almost all the lockers, all the jumbo lockers were out for sure.
Wow.
And a funny story. So we went to the locker area by the the entrance before you get into Disneyland on the left-hand side, where all the picnic tables are.
Yeah.
And
This
woman was in front of the machine, and she was like talking on the phone, and so we're sitting there for like 5 minutes, and she's like, okay. So she finally realized, that we were waiting to get a locker, and she's like, oh, let me go ahead and just get my locker, and then you guys can go. And I was like, okay, fine. Well, that machine doesn't take tap pay, so you can't use your iPhone. She's like, oh man, I got to pull out my credit card. Well, she was wearing a backpack, so she took off her backpack, was going through her purse, whatever, finding her purse, and she's like, oh, well, you can go ahead. So we're like, okay, fine. So my wife, paid for the locker, and then she lined up after us, and then she went to the machine, and guess what? No more.
Oh.
That was it. We got the last locker, the last large locker, I should say.
The large one.
And
Okay.
we're like, oh, dang. Well, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
But it was, that was kind of funny. It was funny for us. No.
Sure.
And then we went into the other lockers that were near the bathrooms nearby. And we figured, well, one large locker is not going to do it because we were buying a bunch of merchandise for not only ourselves, but for our friends and stuff like that.
Sure.
And anyhow, so we go into the locker area, and all they had were the little pee-pee lockers. That's it, man. There's no more large
Wow.
lockers.
You mean-
that sucked.
Are you talking about the ones on the DCA side by the bathrooms there?
No. I apologize. It's the ones that are near the picnic tables, but on the right against the by bathrooms on the left side as well.
Oh, I didn't know there was some back there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
I mean, there's so that's basically the halfway point, right, between DCA and
Right.
Disneyland Park. So that's why we usually get a locker there. So when we go back and forth,
Mhm.
then we're just we're dropping stuff off and that type of thing.
Yeah. And actually,
Anyhow,
that was
so I mean, I would assume that the lockers were pretty much exhausted inside the park as well, because it's just
Oh, yeah.
people were already inside, and if they're all filled up on the outside, then I can only imagine what it would be like on the inside.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
A question about this merchandise stuff. I was wondering this about you, because I know did you guys preview the merchandise that was going to be available that day, and then sort of pick stuff that you wanted, or was it?
Well, my wife, she's into the merchandise stuff, man. I mean, like hardcore.
Yeah.
I mean, she gets stuff from ordered from Tokyo, Japan, the Tokyo Disney Resort.
Oh, she does.
Gets stuff from Aulani. She gets I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So she's very much into the merchandise stuff.
Well,
Me, not so much.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, like, what about you? What do you? Because on our other show, we talked about stuff that they had, and there were maybe 4 or 5 things that we really liked. But what sort of things are you drawn to, like you personally?
Nowadays, man, I just we have enough stuff, and my wife buys enough for both of us. Honestly,
Okay.
it's just like so. I just whatever, man. I mean, I still have things like I remember, back when they had the 60th anniversary, the Diamond Celebration.
Yep.
We got a bunch of stuff there, and it's just like, okay, so now it's just sitting on our shelf and just like, I guess it's some, I just, I mean, it just like it piles up after a time. I mean, I know some people, YouTubers and stuff like that, they admit straight out that they like rent storage facilities for all their stuff. You know what I mean? And it just, I don't know, man. If you're not seeing it, you're not enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Sure,
So that's why
absolutely.
it's just like you have to be selective, and it has to be something super special. But I haven't really run across anything, in my viewpoint, that's worthwhile.
Sure. Understood.
Anyhow, so so there was lines everywhere for merchandise. The biggest ticket thing, or the hottest seller, I guess, is the was it called the Key to the Kingdom. It's that like giant plastic key thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's sold out right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I mean, now I regret not getting it because I could have, put it on eBay for some profit. But
Yeah.
So beforehand, my wife and I didn't realize like what it actually did.
Mhm.
We thought it was just like some kind of like kitschy toy or whatever, that type of thing, and just another piece of merchandise. Well, it actually does function at the various kiosks around the resort, which is kind of interesting. And I mean, you can look it up on YouTube, so you can see what comes. It lights up the various lands and things like that, on the key itself, and then in the end, you can get a pin that's contained within the gun, or I mean, excuse me, the key, not the gun. Anyways. But I mean, I don't know, man. I thought it was kind of ugly, dude. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I didn't get it. And then my wife was like, she wasn't feeling it either.
Okay.
But then now that we know it does all these things, it's just like, I guess we got to go, try it out. So
Yeah.
anyhow,
Yeah, I've heard good things from people who actually have it. One of our listeners bought it, and they said actually because we made the comment, it looks like Fisher pricey, like
Right.
really kind
It
of
does, yeah.
cheap, and he's
Right.
like, no, it's not. It's like really actually pretty sturdy and well made. So he thought it was pretty cool. He got it for his daughter. I think he bought 2.
Oh yeah.
But so I've heard nothing but good things. But I'm with you with the whole thing. I'm like, not my cup of tea. So I don't know if I would ever buy that anyway.
No, it's not my cup of tea either. But I like the concept of you exploring parts of the park to find the where it fits in that you maybe otherwise wouldn't have gone. You know what I mean? I like that sort of thing. But
yeah, well, I mean, they're trying to be like the wands at Harry Potter.
Oh,
That's
totally.
exactly what it reminds me of.
But speaking of that, actually, they started installing all these new interactive things for the Magic Bands. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
Magic Bands are actually useful. Like before, it was just like, oh yeah, you get into the park and that's pretty much it. But now they have these things that look very, I guess, for lack of a better word, mini attractions or whatever that you can interact with. And I think on Main Street at the not the Opera House, the theater there, the movie theater.
yeah.
They have a little station there, and it gives you a ticket. And then I guess in Frontierland, they also have a kiosk that gives you tickets and things like that. So that's kind of cool. And then also I noticed in downtown Disney, if you see one of the pictures I had, I took a picture of the Lilo and Stitch little display or whatever that was in downtown Disney, and they also had
Yes.
the Little Mermaid and stuff like that. Anyhow, when you go by there, it lights up. So when you have your Magic Band, then the sign lights up. So that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, we're there in the daytime, so it wasn't as dramatic of an effect. But regardless, it was still kind of cool that they had that. And so I'm just curious where else, because it really, I'll be honest, man, I was a little bit surprised when I saw all these things, and so we didn't go to every station that had the interactive elements, and so maybe next time we go, we'll check it out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
I have a little sign there and everything. Yeah, cool.
yeah.
I hadn't noticed the sign previously, but yeah, now I do.
yeah, they make it a point to say, hey, use your Magic Band here and stuff like that. So
Cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, as soon as are we going through the pictures, or are we just kind of talking, or what? Because I had a question about the picture. We even got the pictures.
Go ahead. I mean, just I don't know. This is kind of like a free for all. You know, what I mean, I'm not going like in a chronological order. So
Okay. Oh, but I do want you to talk about the food. But first things first. Did you guys buy that tumbler, that coffee tumbler?
yes,
Dude, I love that. I absolutely love that thing.
yes, it's actually really good quality. It was better than I expected it to be, and so that's one of the things that actually I really liked as far as like merchandise is concerned.
Good taste. I saw that thing. I go, gosh, I'm gonna have to get that.
Yeah.
Because I like having a coffee tumbler, and that thing, I love the colors, I love the artwork, and so it is pretty good quality.
Yes,
Awesome.
definitely.
And,
Yeah,
and did you find that in one location, or was it throughout the park?
it's throughout the park.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not at every station, but it's located at random areas around the park. So
I may
And
want
for
one.
everybody listening, it's the Disneyland 70th tumbler.
Yeah.
It has a map of Disneyland Park.
the OG map.
The OG
the
map.
Yeah.
It's very
I may
well
want one.
done.
Yeah, is it? I mean, sorry, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm not very good with colors. Is it like a light blue, or is it green?
It's like a teal.
Yeah.
Teal. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and what I liked is not only it has the map, but then it has the old school Mickey, and it has old school Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wait, who's
all the
going
classics. And if you look closely in the artwork that surrounds the map, there's like little, I guess not black and white, but just like one color, like gray outlines of the classic rides, like Dumbo, and they got the Tiki Room and stuff like that. So it was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
It looks like the Skyway too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's
Very
who's
nice.
going to the park next?
It's probably me. Yeah, I'll look for it.
Okay.
2, please,
I
Becky.
will look, Mark.
Yeah, probably 2, because I think Udi wants one.
Okay.
Solid pick, especially if it's JM approved. Then we're gonna get that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll fall for sure. I mean, yeah. Were there any shirts that you saw or anything like that you liked, Jay?
No. I don't know, man. I have enough shirts already, so it just like
You don't
I'm
look.
very
You don't look.
selective.
Yeah. No, you're
Yeah.
like me. You're like me. I'm like, I don't need more. Like, it really has to catch my eye before I'm like, yank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be really something that I'm like, that's cool.
Well, the last shirt we bought was when we were in Disney World, and we were in Epcot, and it was the shirt with Remy, and so it was in the France Pavilion, and so I love food, and just kind of appropriate for me, and so we got that, and my wife thought it was special to there, but then we found out, it's not special. So,
Okay. And overall, what did you think about the decorations, like the theming for the 70th, like the colors and logos and stuff like that?
Well, so I think it's nice, but I mean, the 60th anniversary was definitely better. It felt more, I guess, special. This kind of feels a little kind of, I don't know, like Disney World-ish. You know what I mean? It's kind of, where they put up a bunch of things, but, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's really kind of, I'm not feeling the colors. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like fluorescence and things like that. And
Yeah.
I'm more of a dark color guy. So,
Well, I mean, we made the comment that we like a lot of the iconography that they're using, but the colors were like I didn't fully connect with the color. I mean, I can appreciate it, but yeah, I agree on that. That really bright kind of pastel is not my thing.
Mm-hmm. And see, I really like the colors, but I do think it might be geared toward a little feminine, possibly.
A little.
Yeah. So, anyways, but like I said, they did it up nice. I mean, like I said, they had decorations all around the resort, including we went by the Disneyland Hotel, and they had a little like balloon display where you can do a photo opportunity. Even the hotel itself, the lobby, it's all decked out with the 70th. That I love that rug that they had at the entrance of Disneyland Hotel. That rug is nice, real nice.
Oh, geez.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That actually might look nice in your house, Jay.
Yeah, no. So
that is amazingly cool.
And
it is. And the balloon arches complement it well.
Yeah, can you go to the picture that Jay took of the? There's like a mural in there or something. That.
Oh yeah, that's the entrance to the hotel. It's the mural. It's kind of weird that they had the mural, but then they put these potted plants in front. So
yeah.
I couldn't get I had to take it from a side angle instead of straight on. But whatever.
Jeez, I love the artwork in there. Udi mentioned the iconography there. I mean, up on top of those all attract. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Dumbo looks like Sailing Ship Columbia, or Peter Pan maybe.
Peter Pan, and then you have teacups in there. If you go along the top.
On a mansion.
Yeah, I really appreciate the nod to the past. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Small World is in there as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean that's the where the magic started.
Galaxy's
you know what I'm saying? And it just that's what made me fall in love with Disneyland a long time ago. Is all the classic attractions, and I wanted to know everything about Disneyland. I mean that I got the books and I studied up on everything and just watching various videos that weren't even on YouTube yet. They were you had to buy them through some other site.
Oh yeah,
that did sold them on DVDs or whatever. And so anyways, yeah. So, but it just times change, and the park it's not a museum like Walt said, so it's always going to be changing. It's ever evolving. So
yeah,
they got to keep up with Universal.
That is a good thing, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Competition, man.
Yeah, we need it.
I like the outfits that Chip and Dale are wearing.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. It 80s, reminds me of breakdancing days. And stuff like that.
Yeah, parachute bands or something.
They look adorable.
That's awesome.
Those are kind of cool.
So anyhow, let's see here. We kind of covered. So I wanted to mention. Let's see, let me refresh my screen here. Okay. So, like I said, we got the popcorn buckets.
Yes.
They had the Talking Mickey one, which I posted on Instagram. And they also had one that was like a Mickey balloon that lights up, and it's like a blue color. I didn't get a picture of that, so I apologize. I should have taken a picture.
I've seen a picture of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I mean, you can find pictures. I mean, people are posting it up left and right. And anyhow, so here's the thing about the popcorn buckets. When you go to the popcorn station, here's a pro tip. Do you want me to kind of sprinkle in the pro tips, or you want me to?
Yes.
Go for it. Go for it. No,
you
go
want
for
me
it.
to break it down in one list?
No, you can do the pro tips as they come to you. But I also want to hear about your Disneyland. I mean, sorry, your Disneyland hotel pro tips too. But we're gonna get to that, I suppose.
Yeah. No problem.
Okay. So pro tip.
So when you get the popcorn buckets, first off, don't go to the one on Main Street. Go towards the back of the park if you're going to a popcorn cart. Number 2 is that you can also get the popcorn buckets at other locations, including Alien Pizza Planet and also Galactic Grill. When you get the popcorn bucket there, you don't actually get popcorn. So Alien Pizza Planet has garlic breadsticks with the pizza with the marinara dipping sauce. That's what we got.
That is what I'm looking at. Yeah.
It's really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And also, if you go to Galactic Grill, you can get French fries.
Oh.
So yeah, here's the thing:
That's
that
awesome.
people that were buying multiple buckets, they were just like trying to give away popcorn. They were like, "Oh, here, we got too much popcorn. Do you want it? Do you want it?" We were like, "No, man, we got two things of popcorn ourselves." You know what I mean?
Wow.
People were literally leaving on top of the trash cans, and it was sad, man. It was a waste of food.
Sure.
Wow.
And
Did the Mickey one actually fit a good amount of popcorn in it?
well, I wouldn't even attempt it because then you kind of ruin the product, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
agree.
Yeah. So what it is actually it's when you open up the back, it's like a square. So you put in the whole bucket. I mean, or the whatever the square bucket of popcorn. You don't actually dump the popcorn in there.
Got it.
And so, but even the popcorn container, it has some grease on the outside. But I tell you what, man, because they're just having the popcorn machines going like full blast. It was actually the freshest popcorn I ever had at Disneyland. It was like, dang, this is good. I didn't realize how good this is when it's like, like super, like not sitting around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things is a rare occurrence. So, I mean, Disneyland popcorn is not bad, but it's better when it's fresh.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely. I love the talking Mickey. It reminds me of being young. I had a lunch pail that was just Mickey's head like that.
Yeah.
When I was in elementary school, and that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that was like when, I mean, I'm a bit older, so it's like, the Wonderful World of Disney, that was the Mickey Mouse I remembered, and that's the one that is near and dear to my heart. So the other pro tip, and then also as far as like the sippers are concerned, one tip. Well, okay, so if you see in one of the pictures, we actually got some of the little charms, like the straw clips or whatever.
Yeah,
we're
really.
Yeah, the Disneyland one lights up actually, so which is pretty cool. And then Tinkerbell, I'm not sure if she lights up or not. I don't think she does.
Yeah.
But regardless, I mean, they're cute and all that stuff. But what I was gonna say is, like, for sippers or straw toppers, instead of going to like Galactic Grill, for instance, because they have a fountain drink, right? And if you don't want a fountain drink, then you can either get it without it, or if you're thirsty, then go ahead and get it, right? But another thing you can do is go to like one of these stands that has the bottled Coke or Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And you can buy it, and then you can just have it unopened Diet Coke or unopened Coke, bottle of Coke, and you just put it in your locker or save it for later in the day or whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's another little pro tip for people if they don't want to like consume a bunch of liquids, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, let's see here. What else was I gonna say? And then for lunchtime, my wife had the foresight to go make reservations at the restaurant.
It looks like that Carnation Cafe.
Yeah, Carnation Cafe. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. Let's zoom in on that soup.
Yeah. So basically, we had an opportunity to to sit down, relax after standing in lines and buying merchandise and stuff like that. And we. Plus, I don't know. My wife didn't remember. We had Welt's chili before from that restaurant. Wasn't a fan, but she didn't remember, so she was gonna get it. And I was like, "Don't you remember? We didn't like it." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And so we got the baked potato soup instead.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
man!
dude.
I tell you what, dude, this thing was money. It was amazing.
It looks like it.
Yeah. So it's the baked potato soup topped with fried potato. Bacon, cheddar, Monterey Jack, sour cream, and chives.
Wow.
And it was like very thick and hearty. The bacon was legit, just nice, wonderful flavor.
Yeah.
Crispy, smoky. It was great. And then it's probably one of the best soups I've ever had at a Disney park. So
wow.
Any of the Disney parks. So I was very impressed with that soup.
Is this like an entree size, Jay, or is it like a side or
They
like
only
a
have
starter?
one size. I believe they only have one size. It's $11.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they only have one size.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Is it enough to fill you up, or do you need something else? Go with that.
well, my wife and I split it, and then we split other food, but we took some home.
Yeah,
So
okay.
That's
Okay.
that's the way we normally do it. Is we get it, but yes, one person can get filled up by this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That looks awesome.
it's very.
It
it's
looks
very,
really good.
Yeah, it's very filling.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also got the since we were there, we got I got an old fashioned because I was like, well, hey, it's got Buffalo Trace bourbon, bitters and orange infused brown sugar syrup. It was okay. I mean, it was like whatever. I mean, it was nothing special, but
Right.
just interesting. Just all the sit down restaurants you can get alcohol now. I didn't realize. And it was a bit expensive at $19, but
Wow.
whatever. It's Buffalo Trace, so it's
Yeah.
better quality whiskey.
Yeah, at least it's good whiskey or bourbon.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so as far as the main entree is concerned, my wife got the beef stroganoff, and this has braised beef, bacon, onion, and mushrooms over egg noodles.
Yeah.
And it's $26, so it was like, I don't know, way overpriced in my opinion, but my wife wanted to try it, and they did say this was a special limited time offering. The server told us that. And when so did you read my notes on about that?
I did.
Yeah,
can
so
you-
basically the noodles were overcooked, and essentially it tasted like hamburger helper.
Oh, wow.
It just
Okay.
very, very disappointing. I mean, it was like, I don't know, man. Instead of ground beef, it has the chunks of beef, but regardless, I mean, the flavor was just nothing special. And the server actually asked us, he's like, "Oh, so you're the first person of the day to order this. What did you think?" And we gave him our feedback, and I didn't say that the sauce was like hamburger helper, but we just tell them that the noodles were off. So maybe they'll make an effort to do it, but it should satisfy kids, I think, you know what I mean, and who are looking for something a little heartier.
Okay.
Adults, not so much, I don't think.
Okay.
Then I got the sandwich. It's the Turkey Club sandwich.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So it's a turkey with applewood smoked bacon, tomatoes, Monterey Jack cheese, lettuce, avocado mayonnaise, and lemon aioli on toasted sourdough. And you can get it with either fruit or fries, which we got the fries. Fries were good, nice, crispy. Got a nice seasoning on them, not just your standard salt and pepper or whatever or salt.
Oh yeah.
And the flavor of the sandwich, it was okay. I mean, if I was like a Denny's or something like that, I'd be pretty much on par, just with better bacon. But yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it filled me up. I was thinking of salad, but I was like, I always get salad, so I was like, well, I wanted to try something different.
Yeah.
But still on the healthier side.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, we went to Alien Pizza Planet again, and we got the macaroon filled with birthday cake buttercream and with a confetti cake center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they've
Holy
had
crap.
macaroons like this shaped in the past, but with different fillings.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to try this one. I would say definite skip. This
Really?
it's like way too sweet. I mean, it's just like your eyes start like enlarging, like, after the first bite. It's just totally, crazy sweet. I mean, if you're into sweets, I guess, but it's just, I don't know, man. It was just a little too much. So that was kind of unfortunate. But
Yeah, you read the description, I'm like, holy crap. I was thinking that, like, sugar overload. Holy crap.
It's so adorable, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know if my kids see this, they're gonna want
Like
it
you're in
for
trouble.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
So and then for you guys, since it was a request, the Matterhorn Puff, yes, we went to Edelweiss Snacks, and got the Matterhorn Puff, which filled with the cheesecake, lemon curd, and fresh blueberries, topped with chocolate and snow sugar.
Okay.
So, and put what I put in the description, I said this is like definitely a subjective dessert. So if you like lemon-based sweets, then definitely this is up your alley. But
I love lemon.
Yeah.
Me too.
so I mean, then you'd probably enjoy it. The only thing that I was a little like not happy about was the fact that they advertised blueberries and there was only like 4 blueberries.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture you cut open.
Yeah, you only see one.
Right. So actually, it's been kind of an ongoing complaint from other people, like the videos that we watch and stuff like that. Everyone who's tried it, they were like, "Where's the blueberries?" Or like, they take a bite and they're like, "Okay, there's no blueberries in here," and they're like, get towards the end, it's just like, "Oh, here's a few blueberries," and then just wow.
Wow. Too bad.
So that was a bit, and then also. I'll be honest, the blueberries kind of get lost in the flavor. I mean, the lemon is very powerful.
Yeah, they totally would. Like, you feel if they had more to help even it out a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. You would also think, I would think more of like a blueberry jelly in it. Or
like a compote or something.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Yeah, so, it's, it was kind of like it almost reminded me of like a cream puff in a way, but with the cheesecake filling. But so I'm not really into American cheesecake, as I said, but this one actually had it wasn't quite 100% cheesecake like in the traditional sense. It was kind of like a mix. It's almost like I want to say like I don't know. It's hard to. It's almost like a pudding. You know what I mean? It has a really soft texture,
like a custard. In that kind of
kind of a custardy texture, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'd say more viscous than pudding.
Gotcha.
Probably. That's a more appropriate description.
If this is something that we got, is it something that would need to be cooled throughout the day if you didn't eat all of it?
Well, it's cheesecake, so I'm sure it would last. You know what I mean? As long as it's not a hot day, I mean, it should be fine. I mean, it's just because it has the protective coating or protective shell on the outside or whatever, it shouldn't curl up or whatever, that type of thing. And the last food item that we had, well, we actually took it home, but we bought it then, was the special 70th anniversary cotton candy.
Okay.
And the cotton candy is actually flavored with mango chili.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And we bought it and it was like, well, we'll give it a shot or whatever. We've had some of the other ones in the past, like the pineapple one, and it you have to really kind of like think about it to say, oh yeah, that's pineapple, you know what I mean? And it has to be several bites in. This one actually was good, and it had a little heat to it and everything, and like by about, I'd say the 4th bite, I felt my mouth warming up. And so I don't think Mark would like this at all.
I wouldn't.
So anyways, but I think Woody, and I don't know what your heat
I think that I
are.
would actually like that. I like having a mango cart with the tahini on the side. So
I want to try it. Oh
yeah, this is not my jam.
Oh no,
you guys enjoy it. In fact, I have 2 of them.
I'm not a big mango guy, but having both, I'll do it.
Okay.
My sister would love it, so I definitely am going to put that on the list to bring her home.
There you go.
Have you ever, Vicky? Tried the Dole Whip with the tahini nut?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
That is pretty good.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah. Another thing we took home as far as the food at the Paradise Garden Grill, well, it's not Garden Grill, it's the Paradise Gardens snack cart.
Yeah.
They had a mango habanero shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I took that. Took that home, and it just honestly, there wasn't much heat at all. It kind of tastes pretty much like your standard shrimp cocktail, Mexican shrimp cocktail. And I, for the price, $12, I think that I better just get it from like a regular Mexican restaurant instead of here. But if you're in the mood, then go for it.
A good way to get some protein in. as you're
Right.
walking through the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was refreshing. Like I said, we did take it home and I traded it out later, and it was. I mean, it wasn't a bad shrimp cocktail. I kind of had higher expectations because the habanero, but unfortunately, it was a bit disappointing. So that sucked. And as far as like the drinks, since we're in that area, we got my wife got the pineapple agua fresca. It's just your standard, pineapple agua fresca. There's nothing really unique about it, and at $6.99, it is on the pricey side again. But I say pricey side, but it has to all relative to the theme park.
Yeah.
Sure.
Of course.
Yeah, you would hope. I mean, I don't know how you would make an agua piña any more. I don't know, amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, I've had tons from all over the place, and they all kind of fall into the same basic flavor.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
They're very good though, and they're very refreshing when you. I mean, but I usually drink like a ton of it when I do like an extra large kind of like thing whenever I can. I'm like,
Yeah.
give me the biggest one you got.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Agua piña, agua de melón. You tell me fresas, all that. And I'm like, give me more horchata. Another one of my
Oh,
favorites.
that's right. Yeah, you seem to get that a lot.
Especially on
I
a
love
hot day.
horchata. Horchata on an icy horchata on a hot day. Beautiful. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah.
And to wrap up the food and drinks, I should say as well, they had a special brew at that place. Oh my gosh, what's the name of
The Carl Strauss cart, or
the Carl Strauss. Well, yeah, it's called Impresa Cerveceria, and
oh, I didn't know there's a
it's
name.
over there, next
Impresa,
to Cochino
yeah.
Cucamonga.
Yeah.
Okay.
And anyhow, so they had a special beer made for the 70th anniversary,
Yeah.
and they call it Una Cerveza Extraordinaria.
Very good.
Jacking that up.
Pretty good. No, you're pretty close. Close to
Much
the
better
mark.
than I could do.
Yeah, better than what Mark could ever
And
do.
so basically, Carl Strauss created a 70th anniversary IPA, and
Okay.
it has an ABV of 7.0, so that's
I see that.
it's
Yeah.
up there.
Yep.
And 16.50, so it's like 50 cents more than the other beers, which whatever. And then, well, actually, excuse me, I apologize. No, it's $1.50 more than the other ones, so that kind of sucks. Oh, well, actually, I see there's another one that's for $16.50, another IPA. So I guess that's what they sell their IPAs for.
Okay.
Regardless, I tried it. It was an IPA. It was definitely like was bitter, very kind of just hoppy, just kind of floral notes, that type of thing. I'm not like I used to be into beer more, but not so much nowadays. And I never developed a palate to differentiate between the beers and stuff like that. So in my area, there was a Stone Brewing Company, and my friend and I, we used to go there quite a bit.
Okay.
And like they would say, "Oh yeah, we got this single varietal hop, with a special yeast or something along those lines." And I'm just like, dude, it tastes the same. Like, I can't tell the difference between the one that you gave me before and the one that's give me now or
Yeah,
whatever. That
I'm
type
with
of
you.
thing.
I'm
So,
with you with that. Yeah.
Special yeast.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's just like sommeliers, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, this red wine is better than that red wine. I'm just like, dude, I just want to get drunk. So, anyways, but
Yeah.
Well, do you have more of a palate for whiskey and bourbon though?
yeah, well, mixed drinks or whatever. I feel like I can differentiate, because the flavors are not as nuanced.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like I'm more at ease.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one that probably I don't think anybody can tell, and I don't even know how they score, do their scores or whatever as far as like the competitions. But like vodka, dude. I mean, I've tried Grey Goose, and then I've tried like the stuff at the liquor store. You know what I'm saying, the cheap stuff, and I'm just like, dude, this tastes pretty much the same stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why when I buy vodka, I just like just give me the cheapest one, man. Or when I go, actually, like when I go to bars and things like that, and I'm in the mood for like a martini, then I always ask them.
The
They say,
well.
"Oh, what kind of vodka you want?" And I was just, "Dude, just give me the cheapest one you got." I mean,
Oh, sure.
Give me the
'cause
well.
at the
Give me
end,
the
it doesn't
well.
even
Give the
matter.
well.
It's just it's all gonna taste the same once you mix it up. So
No, that's why I am when I go for a Jack or a whiskey and Coke. I'm like, what's your well? And then if I want to actually care about what I mean, then I'll worry about it.
Right,
But
yeah.
otherwise, I'm like, give me the well.
right, exactly.
Depends on what mood I'm in, but yeah.
And no, I've asked you this before, Jay, but how are you stoked to try this Arthur and Sons and bourbon when it comes to
Yeah, I mean, looks good. I mean, we'll see. I just like I said, there's a lot of competition, and
yeah.
I mean, I'm always down for good food, man. You know what I mean? So,
Oh my
and
gosh,
this
yeah.
guy's got some chops to him. You know what I mean? He's got some history. He's
Okay.
got some experience, and I don't remember if I saw that he had any Michelin starred restaurants, but I'll have to do some more research into it.
Okay.
And the barbecue place looks interesting. I just hope they don't get crazy with the pricing like they have at that little marketplace over there by
Oh yeah.
that new with the $18 chicken sandwich or whatever.
Yeah, a la
Right.
carte
So-
too. A la carte. They don't give you fries or anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my only fear, is that they're gonna be super pricey, and that would be unfortunate because
Yep.
I love good barbecue.
Yeah, absolutely. So, are you likely to go back to the 70th anniversary stuff?
Oh yeah, we're going back in July, I believe, sometime in mid to late July, something along those lines.
Okay.
And we'll check out because we didn't also because of the 70th anniversary foods that they released. A lot of people were lined up to get the new foods, and we were like, you know what, just we'll get a few things, but we weren't making it a concentrated effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but also, if just another pro tip, if you guys ever go to things like this, like 70, let's say the 75th anniversary or whatever, and you get there early, go on the rides, because the ride times were just insanely short. It's everybody was waiting in line to buy merchandise, so nobody was on the attractions. So just just bang them out in the morning, you know what I mean, and then
Sure.
get the merchandise, unless there's a limited edition type item.
Yeah.
Then you can always go back later and get the stuff. I mean, this 70th anniversary is going on for over a year.
Sure.
almost
Yeah.
a year and a half. And so it's just like they are going to restock these things. Disney is not gonna, turn down money. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
just come back later and get the merchandise that you want. You know what I mean? And in the meantime, just enjoy your day.
So, what are
In
you?
your- Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, what are your go-to rides then for this, Jay?
What do you mean? You mean generally speaking? Or
Yeah.
you-
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know you don't like Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but I liked it actually. I really
no.
enjoyed the animatronics. And
Yeah.
it felt very Splash Mountain needed a refresher, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because of the problematic storyline and all that stuff,
Okay, yeah.
they couldn't refresh it, and why dump money into that something that's so controversial. So they did a good job of doing all the animatronics over again, and
Mm-hmm.
and just I don't know, the seemed like the songs were more whimsical. It's not as dark as Splash Mountain. Towards the end, it gets a little dark.
Sure.
And anyhow, I also and then the standards, Haunted Mansion, the Pirates. I don't really do roller coasters anymore, because my back gets thrown out.
Okay.
Like the last time I went on Space Mountain, that's when it was with the Disney podcast, and Chris and his dad, Tommy,
Yeah.
and Daniel and we all went on it. And I was like, man, after that, I had to go see the chiropractor, because it was just like, no, that's not happening.
Jeez. Okay.
But
Wow.
the Tron one, I like the Tron because that was very smooth track. You know what I mean? It was very, and it just felt like you were gliding, more than on a roller coaster per se. And Yeah, and Matterhorn, the same thing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's I can't. That's like probably the worst of them all, I believe. So,
Yeah.
Big Thunder Railroad. I haven't gone for a long time, but I'm afraid again. My back. will,
Yep.
You know, not like me afterwards.
Gotcha.
So, and then, you know, my wife and I also like the Storybook Line Canal boats because, you know, that's where I proposed to her. I like to also go to Small World. But I only like to do Small World during the holidays, and only once, and because it just gets me that music just like.
Did you go on it while you were there for the 70th or no?
No, we didn't do any attractions. We were just there for the merchandise and eat a few foods. We actually left around 2:00 because, you know, the later in the day, Disneyland tends to get busier and busier.
Yeah.
And so we were like, you know, we don't want to deal with this. If it's this crazy now in the morning, we can only imagine how it's going to be, you know, in the late afternoon and night time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yes. I have a question. Would you suggest for somebody, if somebody's planning a trip down to visit the park or wherever they're coming from, a distance, would you suggest coming on a day like the opening day of the 70th, or would your suggestion be to wait?
It's a very good question, Becky.
Yeah, it's a good question because it's like, how early are you willing to go to the parks? You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that we should have really been there like 6 a.m. or whatever, because you know, way before rope drop. Because like I said, one of the issues that we had was the lockers, and then the crowds, they do tend to get crazy. But the thing is that the positive aspect, like I said, was the ride lines were, you know, the rides were all kind of like open, you know, almost like walk-on type things. So I mean, that if you're into the rides and not into the merchandise, then yeah, it would be a good time to go. But you know, and then it's about, you know, how comfortable are you with big crowds, because there's definitely big crowds there. So you know, it's the give and the take.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to say thank you so much for sharing all these pictures. It makes me want to go, and I trust your advice on the tumbler and the food options, and I love it. I love that you can come on with us and share your knowledge. It means a whole lot to me, Jay, for sure.
Yeah, no problem. So, and then, like I said, we left at about 2:00, so I have one more locker story.
All right.
Oh, yeah, but okay,
it's
go.
amazing. I can't believe all this drama happened around lockers, right?
Oh,
so, as we were leaving, we pulled all our stuff out, and this woman comes up to us, and she's like, hey, are you guys leaving? And we're like, yeah, we're going to be taking off. They're like, oh, can we get your locker? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I mean, but you know, just give me $10 and we'll call it good, right?
Oh,
it's normally $12 for large and $15 for jumbo.
Yeah.
Her friend that was in like a mobile scooter or whatever, she looked at me like I pimp slapped her. I was just like, what? She's just like, she was shocked that I didn't give them the locker.
Geez.
And I was like, I'm hooking you guys up, man. You know, I could probably auction this locker off for like $20. You know what I mean? Because like there were no large lockers, and nobody besides us are leaving at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, right.
And so, and then the other woman's like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." And she's like, and then her friend was like, "No, it's fine." And so just like, you know, lady, in the scooter, you know, you don't know me, you know what I mean? I don't give up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I'm not a cast member, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give you stuff for free, you know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Yeah.
You gotta, you know, pay to play, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Not even like you approached her saying double.
No, they approached me, and then I thought I was being nice by
You were.
giving a discount. Because if
Absolutely.
I close the locker and says, no, kick rocks, you know what I mean? Then you got to buy it if somebody else doesn't buy it before you. You know what I mean? And just like, then you pay the full $12 and then whatever. So,
well, she should have. I mean, if she knew it was you, Jay Bratton, she should have paid like at least 24. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But just real quick, I know you're up against the clock here, Jay. But we talked about on our previous episode about. Sorry, I'm too loud.
No.
Oh, sorry. We talked about on our previous episode about pro tips of things, our favorite things to do at the Disneyland Hotel. Jay, I think, has a couple ideas to add to that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, no problem. So one of the areas which is cool is that new bar. It's called Broken Spell. That's in the Disneyland Hotel, in the near Goofy's Kitchen.
You've been there, Jay?
Yeah, remember we had the pizza and something else. It was called flatbread, and we had something else. I apologize, I can't remember off the top of my head. But
Okay.
anyways, another thing also, if you ever want to treat yourself, the Disneyland Hotel has the best concierge service. You actually get like a really nice room with a great view, and then you get access to the concierge lounge, and you pretty much don't have to eat for the rest of the day because they provide food for you. So you can eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then unlimited sodas and water and everything.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. So,
And-
Jay, after we get off, I will have Mark send you my phone number so that you can talk with my husband about this.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Explain the value.
Yes, exactly. So, the food is like full-on meals. I mean, it's not like, you're going to go to like hometown buffet or whatever, but I mean, they have a nice selection. They change it up on a daily basis, so you don't have the same repetitive meals every time. And the quality is good. And, you can also, they have alcohol, which you pay for, but, just, it's just like the bottled stuff, not not like mixed drinks or anything like that.
I had no idea.
And then
I didn't either.
last tip as far as like Disneyland Hotel, Tangaroa Terrace, man. Don't sleep on the breakfast. It's really good. That's where I had the Japanese souffle pancakes.
Oh yeah,
And those were so awesome. It was just like just amazingly soft, fluffy. It was amazing. And then also a little bit of a tip at Tangaroa Terrace, they serve the same drinks as Trader Sam's. So if you're in the mood for cocktails or whatever, and you don't want to go into Trader Sam's, you just get it from their little sidebar there.
They have the same kitchen, Jay?
Yes, they have the same kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't even know
'cause
that.
it's literally the
Yeah.
same building. So
Yeah.
they have a
Yeah.
shared kitchen.
It just didn't dawn on me.
Yeah.
I have been seeing a lot of videos of their breakfast, and it looks great. I had actually just sent Mark a video of the French toast, or a picture of the French
Oh
toast.
yeah.
Ube French toast, and it
Yep.
looked great.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good because they, like I said, they got good quality food there. So definitely, if you're staying there, or if you go early enough and you just want breakfast before you enter the park, then check it out. I think they open at 7:00 in the morning, if I remember correctly.
Okay. And last question about the broken spell. Is that for families or more for like couples and stuff like that?
I'd say it's more adult crowd.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was kind of
definitely. It's definitely the vibe is kind of like a, just like kind of a, I wouldn't say nightclub, but it's kind of like definitely geared towards like people interacting, adult people,
Okay.
thing.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's pretty much it. And last thing I was gonna mention, and this is not Disneyland Hotel, but Disneyland. You guys were talking about like the Tiki Room, and or no, you were talking about Tropical Highway, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and Udi had mentioned like, get the bao buns and the egg rolls. No. No. Do not.
I love this.
I like 'em.
I told you, man, the quality of the food there is like a cheap Chinese buffet.
Well-
It's not good. And if you're gonna sit there in the Tangaroa Terrace area, then just go to the Bengal barbecue and just get some skewers, because those are good.
Fair.
But anyways, that's it.
Oh, I love this.
I
Jay
ended
said
on that
no.
salami,
No,
sorry.
that's fine. I'm not gonna argue.
Will you?
No, I could argue, but like I have less of a firm footing to
Yeah,
argue that than
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to bao bun, I'm like, it's a bao bun.
Well, Jay will beg to differ on that.
I know. My point.
I live in an area. It's near a place called Monterey Park.
Mhm. I know
And Monterey Park has like restaurant Chinese restaurants like on every corner,
Mhm.
and the quality of the food, man, because it's such high competition. Everybody has to be on their A game, and
Cool.
so that's why I know the flavors of about a good bao bun versus one that's like whatever from the Chinese buffet.
I know Monterey Park. I used to live 10 minutes from it.
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah.
So
Yep. No, you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, no, that is true. Even in the mall, like everywhere you had to go, like any of that food was all like had to be top tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
So, anyhow, all right, guys. Well, it was great talking to you, and I hope your listeners got a few tips. And some information, and that they can use next time they go to the parks, and that's about it. So.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Thank you, Jay.
Jay, thank you so much, and
Yeah,
we
thank you,
will
Jay.
we will put your name on the Instagram. But if people want to follow you, how do they do that again?
The SB Hopaboy, S as in Sam, D as in boy, and then HAPA, and then BOY, on Instagram.
Okay.
I posted a couple things, but I need to step up my Instagram game. But it's just I've been busy, man. I've been planning a trip and doing work stuff and all that things, real life stuff.
Understood.
I can't live an Instagram life, so.
Yeah.
It's hard to maintain both lives.
Yeah, for sure.
It is. Well, we appreciate you, and we appreciate you coming on, Jay. And
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for taking the time.
All
Yes.
right. Okay, guys, take care.
All right.
Okay, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Well, that was a very good interview with Jay.
As always.
It's always short. It's always too short
Yeah.
because there's always stuff I think about. I want to talk
Because
to.
we could talk to him for another hour
Yeah.
or two.
And I have. I mean, over dinner and lunch. He's very entertaining, and he's there's a lot of stuff about him that is very interesting. So he'll come on whenever you guys need him to come on and talk about food, or whatever about the Disney or whatever you guys want to talk about. So yeah, I do appreciate him spending time with us. So that's going to wrap up episode number 222. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Episode 223 is right on the heels of that. We have another guest on for that show.
Yep.
So again, if you would like to support the show, you can do it on leavingtodaypodcast.com. We have a support tab on there. It's a Patreon link. Also on Instagram, we have a link tree on there as well. And then if you heard what Jay said, and you want to experience Disneyland 70 for the next 12 to 18 months, and looking for a place to stay, we have a really good deal with the Eden Rock Inn and Suites. And if you check out, we have like a bumper that you already heard in the show, but do reach out to Becky, and she'll help you figure out how to use the code and all that kind of stuff, because it's a little confusing even for me.
Yes.
Yes, but it is a really good deal. It's super close to the parks. So I'm very, very stoked. Yes, Becky?
Speaking of good deals as well, don't forget, if you are planning your trip, check out your local Costco. They do have a great special going on tickets right now. It includes Lightning Lane, a $30 gift card, and it is a park hopper. And I believe it is for $4.49.
Yeah,
for a 3-day
Yeah.
ticket.
3 day.
Yes, a 3-day park hopper, and no blackout dates or the blackout day.
There are no blackout dates. And I do need to read the fine print, but I have seen some, Instagram stories that actually say if you were to purchase your tickets on the Disneyland website, you have to use your park hopper all the days within 13 or 14 days of each other. This one you can actually use, and you don't have to, it doesn't have that same rule.
Okay.
As far as tickets. So if you're more of a local that doesn't have an annual pass and you want to go visit, now summer, maybe Halloween, Christmas, you can do that with that ticket.
Yeah, in fact, my friend at work just came back from the park for like 5 days. He went to visit for like 5 days, and he may be on our show, and we're trying to get him on the show. But prior to that, he bought 2 of those from Costco. So I'm going to see how it works out for him, because what I don't understand is if that Lightning Lane is for all 3 days, or you could use it for 1 day.
Right.
That'd be great information to know.
Yeah, but I think it's a great deal, and I think it runs until December 19th.
It's somewhere around there, December 19th, December 15th.
Okay, but it's a great deal if you're planning on going. My parents want to go this year, and this might be something I steer them to. Although I don't think they're gonna go for 3 days, but still.
You are correct. It is the 19th. I'm looking at a picture right now.
Okay. But yeah, that is a really good deal. So, yeah. Anyways, That's how we are, though. People just dropping good deal knowledge left and right. We do appreciate you listening, and we hope that you found the show to be somewhat entertaining today. And again, thank you for supporting podcasting. Oh, yeah. All right. So, Udi, where can people find out more about you?
You can find me on my other show, The Mando Show. We are currently, what's out there? Oh, Andor, our complete run for Andor is on there. And then we will be reviewing some other Star Wars stuff here shortly.
Okay, cool.
And you can find me on my Instagram, which is HAXGOALIE, Hacks Goalie.
Okay, awesome. And Becky, where can people find out about you?
You can find me on Instagram at Becky_Weimer, BECKY_WEIMER.
Excellent. All right. Thank you for spending your afternoon, evening, morning with us. We hope we brought a smile to your face or a little bit of laughter or some sort of something, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, we love you. Adventures out there, and we'll see you in the parks.
Bye.
See ya.
My popcorn is popped, and I'm ready to listen.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Okay.
But you make me hot. It's so close, I can feel it.
No bed sheets.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I like yelling at you.
You're funny. Ow, that hurt. Don't make me smile like that. Ow.
I feel like Udi's gonna lose it with the news.
Why are you throwing up? You trying to eat all your food before your sister does? Now you can eat that.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face red.
I like it.